I've hiked thousands of miles alone. I don't scare easily. But what happened to me on the Pioneer Trail in Jennings State Forest, it still haunts me. And if you ever hear clicking sounds in the woods, run.
To start, I have a deep belief in the paranormal, but I also pride myself on being logical, grounded. I've successfully completed both the Appalachian Trail and the Pacific Crest Trail alone. I don't scare easily. That's why what happened to me today still doesn't make sense. I had the day off and decided to take on a long but manageable hike, 12 miles through Jennings State Forest in northern Florida. The Pioneer Trail. I had hiked it before. I knew the route. The first hour and a half was peaceful. The air was crisp, the woods alive with sound, birds singing, frogs croaking. I passed only one other person, exchanging a brief nod before I was alone again. At about 5 miles in, I reached the river where the trail runs alongside the water. I sat there for a while, just listening, breathing, taking it all in. Everything felt normal. Then I climbed the small foothill just beyond the river. And that's when it happened. A sound. Clicking. Soft, rhythmic tongue clicking, coming from all around me. I froze. The forest, once buzzing with life, had gone completely silent. No birds, no frogs, no rustling of leaves. Just the clicking, growing louder, closer. I scanned my surroundings. Nothing. The trees were dense, the shadows deep, but I saw no movement, no animals, no people. Still, I felt it. The weight of unseen eyes pressing down on me. A chill crept over me, but I forced myself to shake it off. I wasn't one to jump at shadows. Then the clicking stopped. I exhaled, adjusted my pack, checked my firearm at my side, and kept walking. That was my mistake. About 100 yards later, I realized something was wrong. The air felt heavier, thick like humidity before a storm, but the sky was clear. The trees didn't look right either, their trunks seeming taller, stretched like their proportions had warped in subtle, sickening ways. The path beneath my feet changed. I knew this trail, but suddenly it was unfamiliar. The ground sloping in directions it hadn't before. The roots gnarled in patterns that made my stomach turn. I took another step, and the soil gave under my boot with a soft, wet squelch. The smell hit me then, rot. Not the usual damp earth and decomposing leaves, but something else. Something rancid. It was the unmistakable stench of decay, thick and suffocating, as if something had been left to fester in the heat for days. I gagged, covering my nose, but the second I did, the clicking started again, louder. This time, it wasn't just one sound, but many, overlapping, layering on top of each other. Some were slow and deliberate, others rapid and frantic, as if dozens of mouths were trying to mimic the same noise in chaotic unison. My vision blurred. A wave of disorientation slammed into me so hard I stumbled forward, knees nearly buckling. The world shimmered like a heat mirage, the trees bending, twisting in ways that defied logic. My pulse pounded. I reached for my gun. But with my left hand, I never used my left hand for anything. A shadow detached itself from the trees, too fluid, too smooth. It was tall. Impossibly tall, its limbs bending at unnatural angles, its joints too many, too sharp. It wasn't walking, it was gliding. The clicking grew deafening, drilling into my skull. The thing didn't have a face, or rather, it had too many. Features shifting, flickering like an old film reel. each face appearing for only a split second before morphing into another. A woman's mouth, a man's eyes, a child's grin, then nothing at all. I tried to move, but my body refused to respond. My limbs felt heavy, my breath shallow, my thoughts sluggish. Then, it turned its head toward me, and I ran. I don't remember making the decision to flee, only the sheer primal need to escape. My body moved on instinct, tearing through the undergrowth, tripping, stumbling. The air felt wrong around me, thick and syrupy, like I was running through water. Behind me, the clicking followed. Closer, too close. Branches snapped, trees groaned, the sound of something enormous moving just beyond the edges of my vision. Then, a whisper. Not in my ears, but inside my head. "Stop running!" It wasn't a request, it was a command. A sickening, creeping compulsion wrapped around my mind like a vice. My legs slowed against my will. My breath hitched, my vision darkened at the edges. I felt something cold, wet, press against the back of my neck. And then, the world snapped back. The clicking was gone. I stumbled, nearly collapsing onto the trail. The air was light again. The trees were normal. The sun shone through the canopy as if nothing had happened. I looked behind me. Nothing. Just the empty forest, untouched, undisturbed. But the feeling remained. A gnawing, suffocating dread deep in my bones. A certainty. Something had been there. I didn't stop running until I reached my car. Even then, I kept checking the trees, waiting, expecting to see something standing at the edge of the forest, watching. Nothing was there, but as I sat in my car, hands trembling, breath coming in shallow gasps, I realized something. I could still hear it, faint, just beneath the sound of the wind. Clicking. Software patient. Waiting. I turned on the engine and peeled out of there, heart hammering, pulse deafening in my ears. I don't know what I walked into on that trail. I don't know what I heard or why it felt like I was being watched, hunted. In all my years of exploring the woods, nothing has ever unsettled me this deeply. To say the least, I won't be setting foot in Jennings State Forest alone again. Maybe not ever.
Maybe it let me go. Maybe it's still watching. Either way, if you ever find yourself alone in the woods and the forest goes silent, listen carefully. Because if you hear clicking, it's already too late.